Ladies and gentlemen, success is not an accident. Success is a choice. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most fundamental principles that will determine your success, your value. Now, when I say value, I'm not talking about your net worth or the balance in your bank account. I'm talking about something far more important. Something that's said the very core of who you are and what you bring to this world. You see, in this journey of life, we're all given 24 hours in a day. The same 24 hours. Whether you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or just starting out in your career, time is the great equalizer. But what separates the successful from the unsuccessful isn't time. It's what you do with that time. It's the value you create within those hours. Let me ask you a question. If someone were to follow you around for a week observing everything you do, what would they conclude about what they see? Someone constantly learning, growing, and contributing. Oh, they see someone just drifting through life, killing time until time kills them. Your value isn't determined by your job title of your salary. It's determined by your actions, your mindset, and your willingness to grow. Is determined by the problems you solve, the innovations. Can you create and the lives you touch? Think about it this way. Why does a doctor earn more than a fast food worker? It's not because the doctor is inherently a better person. It's because the doctor has spent years developing skills that are more valuable to society. The doctors has increased their value through education, is in dedication. I'm not saying you need to become a doctor to be successful. What I am saying is that you need to constantly be working on increasing your value. And the beautiful thing is there are countless ways to do this. Maybe for you, increase your volume means learning a new skill. In my day, that might have meant taking a night class at the local community college. Today, with the internet, you have access to more knowledge than all the libraries in the world combined. You can learn anything, from coding to cooking, from public speaking to project management, all from the comfort of your own home. Or maybe increasing your value means expanding your network. You've heard me say it before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are you spending time with? Are they pushing you to grow? Or are they exposing you to new ideas and opportunities? Please. Or are they keeping you in your comfort? But perhaps increasing your value means developing better habits. Are you waking up early to get a head start on the day, or are you hitting the snooze button 5 times every morning? Are you reading books that expand your mind? Or are you binge watching TV shows that do nothing for your personal growth? Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, this all sounds great, but I'm already working 60 hours a week just to make ends meet. I don't have time to increase my value. And to that I say, you can't afford not to increase your value. You see, the world is changing faster than ever before. Industries that were thriving just a few years ago are now becoming obsolete. Jobs that were once considered secure are now being replaced by automation. If you're not constantly increasing your value, you're not just standing. You're falling behind. But here's the good. Increase your volume doesn't always require more. It requires more focus, more intention, more clarity about what you want and where you're going. Let me give you an example. Let's say you could go through your day just going through the motions, making your calls, hitting your quote. Or you could approach each call as an opportunity to truly understand your customer's need, to improve your mission skill, to learn something new about your product or industry. Same amount of time, but vastly different outcomes in terms of the value you're creating. Or let's say you could spend your evenings half watching your kids while scrolling through your phone. Or you could be fully present, engaging with them, teaching them, learning from them. Again, same amount of time, but a world of difference in the value you're creating, both for your kids and for increase your value isn't about doing more. It's about being more. It's about bringing your full self to everything you do. It's about constantly asking yourself, how can I do this better? How can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of value at scarcity. In economics, we learn that the rare or something is the more valuable it becomes. The same principle applies to you, your skill. If you can do something that very few people can do, you immediately become more valuable. If you can solve problems that very few people can solve, you become indispensable. If you can see opportunities that very few people can see, you become a visionary. I want you to ask yourself, what unique combination, definition of skills, experiences and perspectives do you bring to the table? What problems can you solve that others, what value can you create that others can? And here's the kicker. The answer to these questions is it's not set in. You have the power to shape it, to mold it, to continually refine and improve. Maybe you're thinking, but Jim, I don't have any unique skills. I'm just average at everything. Well, let me tell you something. Thing average at 10 things is actually quite rare. Most people are only average at 1 or 2. If you can combine your average, our skills and unique ways, you can create extraordinary. For instance, maybe you're an average programmer with an average understanding of biology, but if you can combine those two skills, you might be able to create groundbreaking software for genetic. Maybe you're an average writer with an average understanding of finance. Combine those skills, and you could become a top-notch financial journal. The key is to never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop looking for ways to combine your skills and experiences in unique and valuable. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when we discuss character. You see, your skills and knowledge are important, but they're not everything. Your character, your integrity, your work ethic, your attitude, these things are just as crucial to your value. In fact, I'd argue that in many cases, character is even more important than skill. Skills can be taught, but character is built over time through the choices we make every day. Think about it. Who would you rather work with? A highly skilled person who is unreliable and difficult to work with? Or someone with average skills? Who's dependable, positive, and always willing to go the extra? I'll take the person with character every time. Your character is what makes people trust you. It's what makes them want to work with you, to do business with you, to follow your lead. Is what turns a one-time transaction into a long-term relationship. And here's the beautiful thing about it's entirely within your control. You can choose to be honest even when it's difficult. You can choose to be reliable even when it's inconvenient. You can choose to have a positive attitude even when circumstances are challenging. These choices might seem small in the moment, but over time, they become habits. They become who you are, and dramatically increase your value in every area of life. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect: adaptability. In today's world, change is the only con. Industries are being disrupted. New technologies are emerging, and the skills that are valuable today might be obsolete tomorrow. So how do you maintain? By becoming a lifelong learner, by developing the ability to adapt, to reinvent yourself. When this doesn't mean you need to chase every. Can you train your technology that comes along? But it does mean you need to stay curious, to keep an open mind, to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and learn new things. Maybe that means taking an online course in a field you're interested. Maybe it means attending conferences or workshops in your industry. Maybe it means simply setting aside time each week to read books or articles that expand your knowledge. And the point is, in a world constant, your ability to learn and adapt is your most valuable asset. It's what will allow you to stay relevant, to spot new opportunities, to create value in ways that others can't even. Now, I want to address something that I know is on many of you might be thinking, all this talk about increasing my value sounds great. But what if I'm in a job or a situation where my value isn't recognized? What if I'm doing all these things, but I'm not seeing the results? First of all, I want to congratulate you for even asking that question. It shows that you're thinking critically, that you're not just accepting things as they are. That's a valuable trait. But here's what I want you to understand. Your value is not determined by your current job, your current salary, or your current circumstances. Your value is intrinsic. It's within you. And while it might not always be, true value always finds is in the market eventually. If you're in a situation where your value isn't recognized, you have two choices. You can either find ways to demonstrate your value more effectively in your current situation, or you can find a new situation that better appreciates what you bring to the table. Either way, the key is to not let your current circumstances define you. Keep growing, keep learning, keep increasing your value, because when you do, that opportunities will come. It's not a matter of if, but when. Remember, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So focus on becoming more valuable, and success will be attracted to. Now let's talk about something that's of the importance of specialization. In our quest to increase our value, it's tempting to try to be good at everything. But the truth is, true value often comes from being exceptional at one thing or a unique combination. Think about the most successful people you know. Chances are they're not jacks of all trades. The specialist. They found their niche, their area and they become the go-to person in that area. This doesn't mean you should limit yourself or stop learning about other areas. But it does mean that at some point, you need to dig deep into something. You need to become the expert, the authority, the person people think of. When they have a problem in your area of specialization, maybe you're thinking, but what if I choose the wrong specialization? What if I invest all this? What is time and energy into becoming an expert in something, only to find out it's not valuable? There's no such thing as wasted knowledge or experience. Even if you end up changing direction later, the skills you develop, the discipline you cultivate, the insights you gain, these will always be valuable, no matter what path you ultimately take. Pleasant today's interconnected world. Unique combinations of skills and knowledge can often lead to breakthrough innovations. So don't be afraid to combine your area of specialization with other interests or skills you have. That's often where the magic happens. Now let's talk about something is crucial to your value, but often overlooked. Your ability to communicate that value effect. You see, it's not enough to be valuable. You need to be able to articulate that value in a way that others can understand and appreciate. This means developing your communication skills. It means learning how to tell your story, how to present your ideas, how to sell yourself and your value proposition. And when I say sell, I don't mean being pushy or manipulative. I mean, being able to clearly and confidently express what you bring to the table. I mean, being able to show others how your neat combination of skills, experience it, and perspectives can solve their problems or help them achieve their goals. This is a skill that's valuable in every area. What are you looking for a job? Trying to advance in your career, starting a business, or even in your personal relationship. The better you can communicate the more opportunities will open up for you. So how do you develop this skill? Practice. Start small. Maybe it's crafting a compelling elevator pitch about yourself. Maybe it's writing articles or creating videos about your area of expertise. Maybe it's simply working on being a better listener and more engaging conversationalist. Whatever it is, make it a priority, because in many ways, your ability to communicate your value is just as important as the value itself. Now let's talk about something that might be uncomfortable, but it's crucial to understand. If you want to increase your value, the importance of feedback and criticism. You see, we all have there are things about ourselves, our work, our behavior that we simply can't see, but others and their perspective can be invaluable in helping us grow. But here's the thing. If feedback, especially critical feedback, can be hard to hear, our natural instinct is often to get defensive, to make excuses, to reject anything that doesn't align with our view of ourselves. But if you want to truly increase your value, you need to learn to embrace feedback. You need to seek it out actively. You need to listen to it with an open mind, even when it's uncomfortable. This doesn't mean you have to agree with play some feedback, but it does mean you should consider it. Ask yourself, is there truth in this feedback? Even if it's not the whole truth, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? Remember, the most valuable people are those who are constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly improving. And one of the fastest ways to improve is to get honest feedback from others. So don't shy away from feedback. Only with people who tell you what you want to hear. Seek out mint. Whereas even competitors who can give you honest, constructive feedback. It might be uncomfortable in the short term, but it will dramatically increase your value in the long term. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked. When we discuss value, the importance of health and well-being. You see, all the skills and knowledge in the world won't mean much if you don't have the health and energy to put them to. Your health, physical, mental, and emotional, is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It affects your energy levels, your focus, your creativity, your resilience. In short, it affects your ability to how to create value in every area of your life. So if you want to increase your volume, you need to invest in your health. This means eating well, exercising regularly. Are you getting enough sleep? It means managing stress, nurturing your relationships, taking time for relaxation and renewal. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. I'm too busy working on my career to worry about all that. But let me tell you, neglecting your health for the sake of your career, it's like burning your house. To keep warm, it might work in the short term, but eventually you'll have nothing. Instead, think of investing in your health, as investing in your long-term value is what will allow you to perform at your best. Day after day, year after year, to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. It's what will allow you to enjoy the fruits of your success when they come. So make your health a priority. Schedule time for exercise like you would an important meeting. Prepare healthy meals as if they were crucial projects. Prioritize sleep as if it were the most important task of your day. Remember, your body is the vehicle through which you experience life and create value. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial to your value but often overlooked. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Your network is your net worth. The relationships you build, the connections you make, the community you're part of. These can dramatically increase your value in ways you might not even think about it. Your network is a source of knowledge, of opportunities, of support. It's what can open doors for you, provide you with new perspectives, connect you with the right people at the right. But here's the key. Building a valuable network isn't about collecting business cards or having thousands of connections on social media. It's about building genuine relationship. It's about adding value to others before you ask. Ask for anything in return. So how do you build a valuable network? Start by being genuinely interested in others. Listen more than you speak. Look for ways to help others. Whereas achieve their goal. Share your knowledge and resources. Horses Jenner. And don't just network with people in your industry or at your level. Diversify your connect with people from different backgrounds, different fields, different levels of experience. You never know where your next big opportunity or breakthrough idea might. Remember, in today's interconnected world, your value isn't just about what you know or what you can do. It's also about who you know and who knows you. So invest in your relationship. Nurture your network, because a strong network can exponentially increase your volume and open up opportunities you never even. Now, as we start to wrap up, I want to talk about something that's absolutely crucial to your value, something that will determine your success more than perhaps anything else we've discussed today. And that is, you see, your mindset, your your outlook on life is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes how you interpret events. It's how you respond to challenges, how you approach opportunities. In short, it determines how you show up in, and let me tell you a powerful positive. Growth-oriented mindset is one of the most valuable assets you can develop. Think about it. Two people can face the exact same situation, a setback at work, a financial, a health, and respond in completely different ways. One person might see it as a devastating blow, something that derails their plans and crushes their spirit. Another might see it as a learning opportunity, a chance to grow stronger, to develop new skills, to prove their resilience. Same situation, dramatically different out. And the difference, mindset. I'm not talking about some kind of fluffy, feel-good positive thinking. I'm talking about a deep-seated belief in your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome challenges. I'm talking about a mindset that sees problems as opportune, failures as lessons, and challenges as chances, is to prove your mettle. This kind of mindset doesn't just happen. It's something you need to cultivate, to practice, to reinforce every single day. It's about the stories you tell yourself, the questions you ask, the way you interpret events in your life. When you face a setback, do you ask, why does this always happen to me? Or do you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger, wiser, better? When you're confronted with a challenge, do you think this is too, I can't do it? Or do you think this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to figure it out? I am going to grow from this. You say your mindset isn't just about feeling good. It directly impacts your actions, your decisions, your results. A growth mindset will push you to take on challenges, to persist in the face of setbacks, to see failures as temporary and surmountable. And that is incredibly valuable. is the truth. Life is going to throw challenges your way. That's a given. You can't control that. But what you can control is how you respond to those challenges. And that response, shaped by your mindset, will determine your out. So how do you develop what kind of valuable? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. What's your self-talk, your automatic reaction? Directions to see to. When you catch yourself in a negative or limiting thought pattern challenge, is this really true? Is there another way to look at this? Read books that expand your mind and challenge your thinking. Surround yourself with people who have the kind of mindset you want to develop. Practice gratitude. Focus on what's going right in your life, not just what's going wrong. And perhaps most importantly, take action. Because mindset without action is just daydreaming. It's when you combine a powerful mindset with consistent, purposeful action that you truly start to see results. Now let's talk about something that ties everything we've discussed together. You increase your value isn't something that it's something you make. It's not about waiting for opportunities to come your way. It's about creating opportunities through your actions. Your choice is your commitment to grow. In my years of studying success and successful people, I have noticed one common thread. They all take full responsibility for their lives. They don't blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their failures. They own their mistakes, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to this level of personal responsibility is incredibly valuable because it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It empowers you to make changes, to take RIS, to pursue your goals with everything you've got. When you take full responsibility for your life, stop making excuses and start making progress. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start working with what you have. Stop complaining about what's wrong and start focusing on what you can do to make things right. Now, I know this isn't always easy. It's much more comfortable to blame others or circumstances when things don't go our way. But comfort doesn't lead to growth. Comfort doesn't increase your value. It's in the uncomfortable moments when you're stretching yourself, taking risk, facing your fears that you truly grow and increase your value. So I challenge you, take full responsibility for your life, for your successes and your failures, for your happiness and your disappointment, for your growth and your stagnation. Because here's the truth. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment. Could you take control? And that, my friends, is when things really start to. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your value is not fixed. It's not determined by your background, your current your value is something you can increase every single day through your choices, actions your commits, admit to grow every book you read, every skill you develop, every relationship you nurture, every challenge you overcome. All of these increase your every time you choose to persist when others would quit, to learn when others would make excuses, to take responsibility when others would blame. And here's the beautiful thing. As you increase your value, you increase your capacity to, I need to contribute, to make a difference, to achieve your goals and dream. You increase your capacity for success in every area of life. So I want you to leave here today with a renewed commitment to increasing your value. I want you to wake up every morning and ask yourself, how can I increase my value today? What can I learn? How can I grow? How can I contribute more? Because when you commit to continually increasing your value, you're not just improving your own life. You're improving the lives of everyone around you. You're raising the bar for what's possible. You're setting an example that inspires others. What's to grow and imp. And that, my friends, is how you create lasting success. That's how you make a real difference in this world. Remember, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So focus on becoming more valuable every single day. Nurture your health, develop. Your skills build your network. Strengthen your character. Do these things consistently persistent. Play with passion and purpose. And I promise you, success will not just be a possibility. It will be inevitable. Now, before we part way, I want to touch on something that's crucial to understand as you embark on this journey of seeing your value. And that is the concept of, you see, when we talked about increasing your value, it's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. But here's the thing. Personal growth, like compound interest, often starts slow and accelerates over time. If you improve just one every day, at the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. Not 365 better, the 37 times better. That's the power of compounding. This principle applies to everything we've talked about today. The knowledge you gain compounds over time. The skills you develop compound over the relationships you build, the habits you cultivate, the mindset you develop. All of these compound over time. At first, the change might be imperceptible. You might feel like you're not making progress, but if you stay consistent, if you keep pushing forward day after day, week after week, month after month, you'll eventually reach the tipping point. And when you do, the results will astound you. So don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Trust the process. Trust that every small step you take to increase your value as building moment, creating compound effects that will manifest in ways you can't even imagine, right? Remember, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are willing to do for a long time what unsuccessful people do only for a while. They understand the power of consistency, the magic of compounding. Now, as we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge that, if accepted and acted upon, has the power to transform your life. Here it is. For the next 90 days, I want you to commit to a daily practice of increasing your value. Every single day, do something, no matter how small, that makes you more knowledgeable, more skilled, more connected, more resilient, more valuable. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a good book every day. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes learning a new skill. Maybe it's reaching out to one person in your network to see how you can add value to their life. Maybe it's practicing a new habit that enhances your health or productivity. Whatever it is, commit to it. Do a consistently every single day for 90 days. No excuses, no days off. Rain or shine, whether you feel like it or not, do something every day to increase your value. Why 90 days? Because 90 days is long enough. I want to see real results, to build lasting, to create moment. It's long enough. Need to push past the initial excitement. And through the inevitable challenges is long enough to experience the power of compounding that we just talked about. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, 90 days is a long time. What if I miss a day? What if I fail? Well, let me tell you, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself. Just get back on track the next day. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent over. And here's the thing. At the end of those 9 days, you won't just have increased your value, you have developed a habit of continuous growth and improvement. You'll have experienced firsthand the power of consistent, focused effort. You'll have built momentum. That will carry you forward long after those 90 days are over. So who's with me? Who's ready to commit to 90 days? Who's ready to take control of your life? To become the person you're capable of becoming? To create the success you deserve? Remember, your success is determined by your value. And your value is determined by you, not by your circumstances, not by your background, not by what others think of you. By the choices you make every single day. So choose to increase your value. Choose to learn, to grow, to contribute. Choose to become the best version of yourself. Because when you do that, when you commit to continually increasing your value, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor to share this time with you today. I hope you'll take these ideas to heart. Did you act on them? That you'll use them to transform your life and increase your value in ways you never thought possible. Remember, success is not an accident. It's a choice. And today, right here, right now, you have the opportunity to make that choice, to choose success, to choose growth, to choose to become more valuable every single day. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So start preparing. Start increasing your value. Start now. Because if not now, if not you, thank you for your time and attention. Now, go out there and make something happen. Your future is waiting. Your success is waiting. And it all starts with increasing your thank you. And God bless